Hey everyone, welcome to this month's drum lesson. This time we're going over Wrath of Aphrodite and we'll be going over specifically the verse section. Enjoy! So I wanted to talk about a particular concept in music before we properly start learning the verse section in Wrath of Aphrodite, and that is something called orchestration, which is basically where you play a particular pattern or a chord on your particular instrument. On the drums, that physically means which drums and cymbals you use to play a particular pattern. And when I say pattern, I mean sticking patterns, so combinations of rights, lefts, and feet. Okay. A lot of people, when they see a drummer doing something that seems really chaotic and crazy, it can seem quite difficult what they're doing. But when you are a drummer, you can hear the pattern that they're playing, and it just is a different orchestration that they are using that you might not be used to, that makes it sound really complicated. I'm not saying that all drums is easy, but when you understand this concept, it kind of makes things a little bit easier to understand. On a side note, I doubt Westy thought about it in this way. He probably just played the pattern that came to mind. But for me to actually understand what he was playing, I had to kind of go through this in my head when I was learning the song when I first joined the band. So, you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek into my thought process when I'm trying to learn a song rather than write one. So I'm just going to start with just a snare drum to begin with, and then we're going to put the bass drum in. And then we're going to orchestrate it around the kit so it sounds like the drum beat from Wrath of Aphrodite, because I guarantee you, just on the snare drum, it's not going to sound like it at all. Here we go. So we've got... Okay, I'll count it for you. 1, 2, and a 3, E, and 4. 1, 2, and a 3, E, and 4. So it starts at the right hand, and both hands together. So 1, 2, and then alternating strokes, rights and lefts, and 3, E, and then 4 is both together. Okay, so I'll do that again. 1, 2, and 3, E, and 4. 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 Okay, in come the bass drums. We have a bass drum on 1, the A of 1, the 3, the A of 3, and then the and of 4. Okay, so that's going to sound like this. Okay, it's starting to sound a little bit more like the drum beat from Wrath. Now comes the orchestration. The first hit, 1, is actually, 1 with a bass drum as well. It's actually with the crash cymbal. Okay, so 1, and then an on the bass drum. 1, 2. Instead of doing both together on the snare drum, I'm going to take my right hand, put it on the floor tom. Okay, so 1, 2. Then my left hand is going to play the high tom and the floor tom instead of just staying on one surface. So that's going to go like this. 1, 2, and 3, E, and 4, and. Okay, so on beat 4, left hand moves back to the snare drum. Okay, so I'll play that all together for you. 1, 2, and 3, E, and 4, and 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 1, 2, and 3, E, and 4, and. Okay, now up to speed. Okay, so It's weird, isn't it, how we started off with and ended up with now. In my head, I'm just thinking about this pattern. I'm not thinking a lot about where I'm hitting it, because I've practiced that pattern enough that I don't need to think about it anymore. And that's basically what orchestration is. Being able to move a pattern around the drum kit in an infinite number of ways in order to change the feel of a particular drum beat. Okay. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this month's lesson, and we will see you soon. Bye.